How's it going, everybody? Rye right here today, and we are back with our No Money Spent Road to Glory, our Road to Bread, here in episode number 26. And we are back with another Champs episode for you guys. I actually played like the majority of my games for the first time in months. I finally had some time and didn't lose power this weekend. So we're going to show you the next 5 games, as well as in this episode, I am going to be doing an X Factor reroll, and we will be getting a new member to the squad. But let's jump in here. You guys can see the team is mostly the same. There's that X Factor McDavid. I haven't upgraded him yet. I mean, I have in real life, but you guys have not seen that yet. That's in episode number 27. There's a lot more team stuff than there is gameplay in episode number 27. But our first game here is up against Snot Rockets, and this guy actually jumped into my Discord after the game to say GG, basically, like, hey, that was me, like, GG. If you guys haven't already joined my Discord, the link is in the description. It's fun to talk to you guys there about Chell and what's coming up next for the channel, and I got some plans for the summer already, but that's where I'm interacting with you guys and getting your thoughts there. But we are going to go ahead and jump all the way into the end of the first overtime here as my opponent with Robertson comes in. A good poke by Stamkos. We get it off. Hughes, good block. Stamkos gets in. He's in a foot race. He can't beat him, but then comes Danny Briere. Finds Robertson again down that wing. Robertson is going to shoot, but it is blocked by Hughes. We get another poke off. We get another poke off, and he throws it on, and, well, the buzzer went. The buzzer went. 0.2 to go in overtime, and that's how we lose. Honestly, this was a deserved loss. It was really, really tight for the first 2 periods, and then in the third period, and then especially overtime, I'll show you guys here in a second. But my opponent hopped just to another level. But like I said, he came into the Discord, said GG, really, really good person there, not trying to gloat or anything like that. Like, hey, that was me, I just beat you. And I love that kind of stuff. As long as you're respectful about it, I don't really care. GG, like, congratulations, and then good luck over the weekend. I'll always wish you that, if you're being honest and good. But, like, you can see they're 18-4 in shots over the last 2 periods, basically. So, after that game, I decided, you know what, it's, just a few hours before Team of the Year, maybe I can get a Team of the Year X Factor. And Panarin really hasn't been all that great for me. Honestly, his base card, which I do end up using after I downgrade his entire X Factor card, his base card's just as good to me, and I'm not going to upgrade Panarin all that far. And then Pasta's been on the 4th line. I know he's got upgrades and stuff available to him. He's just been a bit underwhelming, if you ask me. So, like, he hasn't been a superstar, a worthy guy of, like, me investing hundreds of thousands of coins into to get him maxed out. So I figured I pulled the Pasta X Factor out of my daily pack. I can take this Pasta, and I can take the Panarin that we just saw downgraded and re-roll them, right? Because there's no sense in having 2 of the same guy. And hopefully pull something like a Hedman, McKinnon, Makar, maybe even a goalie like a Shesterkin, since he's got the Team of the Year. That would be kind of cool to have. We have plenty of stuff in the club. So you guys can see I've got 20 unopened packs. I was saving these for some kind of pack opening. I did it and recorded it, and I pulled nothing. So sorry, you won't be able to see any of that, but the best pull I had was like an 81 overall, 82 overall, so really didn't get anything special, but we've got this X Factor pack. Can we pull something special? Our first player is Sarah Nurse, so which isn't terrible. She could be part of the women's Team of the Year, but we've got another 2. Let's see what we got. We're gonna get a Pasternak. Does everybody pull Pasternak? I feel like Pasternak's a guarantee out of your X Factor pack. And our final player in this X Factor pack is Shea Theodore. And I need a left-handed defenseman. I was actually on the call with a buddy about this. He plays a ton too, so I was Discord sharing this with him, and it was kind of disappointing, right? Sarah Nurse she's okay, right? She's solid, but nothing too spectacular. And Shea Theodore's card, honestly, as an 85 left-handed defenseman with 85 speed, he looks like he's going to be pretty good. I really like his look as a left-handed defenseman. Plus, he's going to be upgradable throughout the year too, hopefully. I don't think he should have an X Factor though. I was actually on the call saying that why is Shea Theodore still an X Factor? But hey, he is the guy we're going to end up taking. Gets Fly the Zone and Applesauce. So those are 2 key synergies for us. You can see Sarah Nurse gets Magician and doesn't really get anything that's useful for us. Her card looks good, but to upgrade all the way to an 89, it still look pretty mid. I mean, 85 Stamkos looks about that good. So I can't justify taking Sarah Nurse. I don't think she's going to get Team of the Year. I think I saw a leak and she wasn't part of it. But you can see the card's solid, but to get her up all the way to an 89 and it to still be like just an 85 Stamkos, I'm going to go with Shea Theodore on the back end. His stats for an 83, 85 overall card that I'm going to upgrade, you know, later on when we have some disposable coins. We're going to go ahead and use that. And actually, I'll jump right ahead here, guys. I had base Shea Theodore in my club, so I barely had to pay anything to upgrade Shea Theodore to his maxed out X Factor, I guess. He's got a couple more upgrades, but you guys can see it's worth it in the future. Not Team of the Week weekend. I actually have 3 power-up collectibles, which is going to be massive because McDavid is Team of the Year, so I'm going to use those to upgrade McDavid part of the way, and then I use coins for the other half. Now you're saying, Ryan, how do you upgrade the other half? Well, I sold that Tage Thompson, so he went for about 50K, so we got up to just over 100K, so I was able to spend 70K to get McDavid up, and then the 3 power-up collectibles, so only 70K to get 92 McDavid, and then we just rinse the club. That's in the next one. But in this one, we're playing the Philly Flyers. We're going to jump all the way to the second period. McDavid walks in, shoots, it's blocked. But McKinnon now gets it knocked off him. We go down to Letang. Letang goes around to McDavid. McDavid stops. He dives. We're going to take the backhand shot. Why not? But then we are able to circle around. Our opponent gets stuck behind the net, which I've done plenty of times this year. And Teravainen on the back door taps that one in. And again, these top line guys, the Niederreiters, the Teravainen, and the McDavids, they're starting to score more goals for me rather than just the clutch guys that I mentioned in the last episode. And you guys can see Stamkos is now my second line center now that Tage Thompson was on the market to be sold. But our opponent here, a terrible step up by me, and then I top it all up by poke checking and tripping him, and I hate that one. That's you're inside the boards, you're in the first row with your stick, and I can't, you can't stop him from doing that, and they're going to go backdoor. So the penalty was a bit upsetting. That hold against the boards was a bit upsetting, but all in all, probably a deserved goal for some terrible, terrible defense from me. And our opponent ties it 1-1. We jump a little bit later in the second period. Panarin can't get the puck to go in. Hedman breaks it up to Johnny Gaudreau. Gaudreau is circling around with it. Zibanejad, we missed the hit. He's going to glide into the boards again and then take the shot for the rebound. And McKinnon is able to put that thing home. He's all by himself on the back door. I just hate the backhand into the boards. That's the one thing that, like, you're invincible basically when you're there. And I have another clip. This guy seemed to that be his MO when he got in the offensive zone, but I think that you should be able to knock somebody off the puck when their sticks in the wall. Anyway, we have a 2-on-2 here with Giroux. Giroux, I tried to go back to Zumwinkle, but he's going to find McDavid, who then splits 2, gets around another backhand, forehand, backhand, and puts it in with 10 seconds to go in the period, and we're tied 2-2. This was a really competitive game. I started to figure out my opponent, but he was playing some pretty good defense here. So 2-2 at the end of 2, basically. And we jump to the third period, and our opponent with Stamkos is going to go down the wing. This seems to be the MO. Stop, hide against the boards, and then get in. Stamkos comes in, shoots, beats Shesterkin glove hand. Super upsetting. I feel like Shesterkin should have had that one. I don't often see snipes go in, but a good shot, a good play, good patience from my opponent here, and they're going to take a 3-2 lead. So we had the lead at one point in this game, but then we've since not been able to have it. And this clip, right, that's annoying. And then all of a sudden, that's a bad pass by me, and then the tip, that was that was what I would say is a very frustrating sequence. The hiding in the boards is annoying. I mean, this person, hey, listen, I'm not going to criticize you for exploiting the bad mechanics, but it's just annoying. And again, I shouldn't even have this there because I should not have passed it there. I had no pressure. I could have skated it up or passed it around the net, but the tip as well is just the cherry on top. I'm able to get the puck around and up, though. We find Green, who's going to go up to Teuvo Teravainen. A little dangle again. Toe drag. We're going to go back to the point to Green, and he's not going to step up at all. So you know what? We're waiting. Somebody's in position. It's Nino Niederreiter, and we're going to get the tip in ourselves. I don't know if the tip was even necessary, but it does freeze the goalie, and the tip happens, and the goalie's like, oh, I can just let the puck in. He tipped it. It's fine. It's a little bit annoying to watch how goalies don't react at all to tips, but hey, it's nice to have another viable strategy other than behind the net glitch traps. But our opponent's able to lose me here, get the puck back, and there we go. We get a good block. Theodore gets it away. Zibanejad now up the wing. Zibanejad is going to get it around, circle in, just hold it in the corner there. We're going to dangle a little bit. McDavid shoots, rebound, Panarin, and there we go. That's base Panarin's first goal in his first game. So like I said, guys, base Panarin, if you look at his card stats based on his X Factor to the base Panarin's a great card as is. I see no reason to get his X Factor unless like you can get it up above what he's got. I don't know. I just think he's not a card that I would waste my time with upgrading. But Zibanejad gets in tight, dangles, And Mika Zibanejad, 20th goal for the club. Just under a minute and a half to go. I'm celebrating. I'm feeling pretty good. Super hype about that goal with the, the slide to center ice. 1:18 left in the period here, but with 39 seconds to go, you can see my opponent is just hiding behind the net, protecting the puck. I get a little lost, and he's going to come out front with McDavid. Also slides because he's hyped. With just a few seconds left, he's able to tie it. So back and forth, some really, really entertaining hockey here, if you will. He's going to have an insane team because he's got X Factor McKinnon, McCarr, and McDavid, and he's probably going to get them all to Team of the Year. So I'm glad I caught him when I did before Team of the Year came out, because this guy's team would have been insane. But we'll jump ahead to overtime here. He's going to circle around with it at the blue line. He's going to go down low, stops, goes back to the point. McAvoy looks to shoot. Nope, just kidding. Goes back, shoots, wrister, and I don't even know if the tip moved the puck. Shesterkin just didn't make a save. I'm kind of getting annoyed with Shesterkin. Some of these games, like he's just not making the saves that I feel like he needs to make. You guys can see the shots were 24-15. I am shooting a bit more, so it's not like I dominated the game, but I'm pretty upset with the way that one ended. I obviously took the L in overtime, and it wouldn't be a Rye Bread Champs video if I didn't take plenty of L's in overtime, which are meaningless to anybody but the person that beats me. But our next opponent here is also a Sabres fan with a nice reverse retros. I don't know what happened there on that pass, but we're able to find Nino Niederreiter, who gets absolutely blown up. He's got his unstoppable force. Well, that unstoppable force was definitely stopped there. They're going to go with Hillary Knight around the net. I get caught, and, well, welcome to NHL 23. If you get caught behind the net or even try to go behind the net, well, your opponent's going to go ahead and just circle around in front and score. Well, it's just the meta. It's just the way it is, and you got to play against it, right? I do like the fact that like I said, tips are going in, and I just wish you could see more snipes, more shots. And our opponent here throws a weak wrister on Shesterkin. I mean, I guess it's good rebound control, a scrum in front of the net with Theodore and the attacking player, and it goes in. Again, Shesterkin, I think he's got to do better on that one. That's a really lowly backhand from nowhere. But we got Larkin now, who's going to find DeBrincat, takes an absolute massive hit, and holy moly, what a backhand roof from DeBrincat. Like, holy macro, man. I mean, absolutely roof of the net in tight. That's crazy, and I love this DeBrincat card. When he gets in tight, he can absolutely roof the puck, and it's phenomenal. It's so much fun to play with. But our opponent, really good on the faceoffs. It was a lot of fun. It was a really cerebral game against this player. A lot of fun. They didn't really abuse any mechanics or anything like that, but we were able to find Base Panarin, who's got 2 goals in 2 games, from Zegras, who's back in the lineup now because of some of the pasta leaving the 4th line. So Zegras jumps in on that 4th line. I'm kind of glad I didn't sell him, but it's now 2-2 halfway through the 3rd. We jump, or halfway through the 2nd, we jump to the 3rd. Find McDavid. McDavid with a man right on his back, gets around him, and he's going to follow up with his own rebound, and McDavid is able to get us a 3-2 lead. And honestly, like I said, this has been the weekend of McDavid for me, and maybe that's because his Team of the Year is coming out, so I'm just finally figuring out how to play with the X Factor before I upgrade to the Team of the Year. No better time, I guess, right? McDavid now in tight. Ooh, I wanted to pass that one so badly, but McDavid is going to circle around, gets decked, but Zibanejad picks it up. A streaking Claude Giroux, who's in on the 4th line now, because Panarin, or actually because of the synergies. He's got applesauce. We need applesauce active. So Claude Giroux made it into the team there. We take a 4-2 lead with just 18.6 to go. And that's going to really ice this game. That was the insurance marker I needed. And now I feel fine doing whatever I want to here. Spin move. Shea Theodore is there the whole time. We're just going to sauce it up there to Larkin. Chuck finds Teravainen into the back door, and Shesterkin makes a save that I guess means something, but Shesterkin is going to be part of the meat grinder tomorrow, guys. So say goodbye to Shesterkin. The pull from our silver reroll, the 87 Hut 23 Shesterkin. It's been an okay card, but we're 4-2-2 at this point in champs, right? So 8 games played. We got 2 more games to go till we get to 10 games. I'm hoping we get to 5 so that in tomorrow, obviously I know we do, but we do get to 7 wins. I played 2 late at night on Saturday night, and then Sunday I was super busy with a ton of stuff, so didn't have time to play. But we're going to play Big Mammoth, I believe is the name of the opponent here. The Dallas Stars fan. I love the glow sticks. It's super cool. It's like D-Generation X. Thatcher Demko will understand that reference because he's the one that brought it up to me. And I hope some of you that are wrestling fans get that one as well. But we're going to jump ahead just a few minutes into the first here. We're under some severe pressure from our opponent here. He's going to go down low. We stop it with Makar. We're unable to pick up the puck, and Dumais gets in. We poke it off of him, and it gets to Forsberg in tight, guys. I was like super torn on whether I should throw Shesterkin into the meat grinder for collectibles, but after watching this gameplay back and the goals he's allowing, I think it's a pretty fair time to throw him into the meat grinder. I think he's past his prime here. But we go ahead and get it up into the second period here. Zumwinkle gets around, gets into the zone. Zumwinkle throws it on. Markstrom there, who is going to be our future goalie, is able to make the save, but Larkin pounces on the rebound and ties the game up. I saw Larkin crashing. I didn't have much time with Zumwinkle. We do need to increase our depth, a better like base card depth player thing. Like, you know, not upgradable players, not MSPs, not X Factors, but just like a base card or a prime time or something like that. But our opponent here with Dumais is going to get it into Lidstrom. Inch perfect on the plays. Can't be too upset about that one. Just, I was like, that close. But that Lidstrom card is a very good card. And my opponent was a good player, like I said. And they're able to get that inch perfect pass. So it's 2-1 now in the third period early. Lidstrom now with a stretch pass up to Teravainen. Teravainen, the puck is blocked. So we both stop. Me and the AI stop to go get the puck. And well, it leaves a 2-0. It's 3-1. I believe I was on the penalty kill too, so... Oh, there's X Factor Panarin. Hello, I just submitted him into the reroll, and he shows up now, so maybe he's trying to show me that I should not have put him there. But hey, base Panarin's been fine. Our opponent gets an easy 2-0 goal. If they would have flubbed that, I would have been really, really lucky and still in this one. But with 9:16, our opponent takes a 2-goal lead. And then we're going to jump forward to less than 4 minutes to go. We get a good block there with McDavid. The puck, Addison finds Brody. Ooh, I thought he was going to go for him, but we do get the poke off there again with Larkin. Stamkos now is going to circle around with it. I'm trying to press because we need 2 goals. And honestly, credit to him. He waits in the slot. A good, you know, shot animation. I thought that was really cool from Pettersson. And it's 4-1, and that's all she wrote. And with just 3 minutes to go, there's 3 goals I need. It's not going to happen. Like I said, my opponent was pretty good. But they are going to win the faceoff here. Addison finds Forsberg. Forsberg. We get it blocked off with a tang. We get it up to Larkin. Larkin gets up to DeBrincat. DeBrincat around to the outside. I tried to cut to the middle there. Almost did. Stamkos, though. I maybe should have fired that one on. Letang goes to fire it. Where's the puck? He fans on it because of the poke check. Brody now finds the puck to Forsberg. Shesterkin way overplays it. I mean, Shesterkin is on the other side of the blue paint. That was pretty poor from Shesty. And it's 5-1. It's a pretty meaningless goal at this point, but it pretty much removes any doubt in this game that I'm going to lose. Zumwinkle finds Giroux. A good block there by Doughty, though. The way he was gliding, I thought he was done, so it is what it is. But McKinnon finds Teravainen, and with 0.7 to go, our opponent gets a 6th goal. Glides to center ice because they know this game's over. 0.7. I can't score a single goal, let alone maybe win the faceoff and get possession. So 6-1 is the final, though. And we're going to drop to 4-3-2 after a pretty comprehensive loss there. I had to walk, right? Like, I had to do that. If he's going to put the controller down and I lose 6-1, I got to do the walk on the face-off animation there. But you can see our skill rating or our round points drop to, oh God, like that's horrible. Like, look at that. 11 shots, 6 goals. Now, you guys saw the goals. Most of them were really high danger chances, but I just need my goalie to steal 1 or 2. So would be nice. But our final opponent here in this episode is Sippy Cup. We're 4-3-2. If we win this one, we go to 5-3-2 through 5, so just about 500. Wish it was points-based, so I could say I could get to 12 points. You know, I have, what, 10 right now because I'm 4-3-2. If I could get to 12 points, I think it'd be really cool. Or do some kind of, like, 3 points for a regulation win. Don't do what the NHL does. Do the 3 points. But here we go. A face-off push in the offensive zone. You guys know what's coming next. It's top shelf from Teuvo Teravainen. He is just starting to really ascend as far as goals. Same thing with McDavid, same thing with Niederreiter. So the first line is really looking good. I'd like to get some really elite cards. Teravainen and Niederreiter, one of those two should probably be on our second line, playing with Stamkos and Larkin, but DeBrincat then would move down. I don't know, maybe we move Stamkos down. I'd like to have that problem, but my opponent's problem is they're down 1-0 just a minute into the game. And oh, would you look at that? We get another offensive zone push. Larkin to DeBrincat off the rebound. DeBrincat, good little skating here, gets in tight, backhand, roofs it, and my opponent pauses. I'm like, I scored 2, they have 0 shots, I got 2 goals, they've had 7 seconds of time on attack, I'm absolutely dominating, I resume, and our opponent is staying, so credit to them, they're not going to give up, and I tell you guys not to give up, right? Like, even if you're going to get bodied by a player, stick with it, because you may learn a couple counters and like, oh, when I see this, I know what to do. Or your opponent could gift you a goal. Too, you never know, get you back in it. But green, I don't know why I kick it that way. By the way, guys, if you try and kick it the way that they are holding you, so like if they're holding you against the boards and they're to your left, don't kick it their way, because it'll just bounce and hit them. If you kick it the other way, you'll get it free cleanly. But you guys can see there, I made that stupid mistake. I almost never make that mistake, but I made it here because I had mentally switched off, and our opponent's back into it. You know, you got to kick it the opposite way of the skater or directly out. I didn't want to do that there. But we jump ahead to the third period here. Marner to Makar, or Marner from Makar to Horvat. Our opponent with a really, really good passing play. And like I said, I switched off. He paused early, just 5 minutes into the game. I was up 2-0. They had no shots. They had 7 seconds of time on attack. I felt mentally like I was going to cakewalk here. And, well, our opponent ties the game up 2-2. And now it's, okay, sit up. No more leaning back. I got to sit up and get into this one, because this could be my 5th win. And I do not want to go into my 3rd episode of the weekend at 4-4-2. I would be very upset about that. But we dig the puck out there with Larkin. Larkin is going to find it and get it up to DeBrincat. DeBrincat around, shoots it low. Stamkos comes crashing in for the rebound. It's now 3-2, and we have taken the lead not too long after our opponent has tied the game. So Stamkos' card, yeah, I don't think he's gotten to 500 goals yet, but I think I think he's pretty darn close. I feel like I would have gotten, I do the Hockey Reference newsletter every day. I feel like they would have made a bigger deal about one of these days if Stamkos had gotten his 500th career goal. So I'm really hoping he gets that, so then we can go to upgrade him after the Team of the Year. Our opponent, though, caught napping on the face-off. Listen, the Zegras animation where he's just shrugging, it's kind of perfect, right? Like, listen, it was 3-2. I'm not going to take it easy on you. If you're napping at the controls, I'm just going to go ahead and score, because you never know what could happen. I'm going to take every advantage I can. You can see they did switch to that defender there at the last minute, but again, it was just too late. And we are able to take a 4-2 lead shortly after taking a 3-2 lead. So we're feeling a lot more confident with 10 minutes to go in the period, but it's certainly not over by any stretch. We're going to jump ahead just a few seconds later. Zegras tries to get that pass across. We can. A good block by my opponent. Panarin is going to go down to Zibanejad. Zibanejad finds a drifting Zegras. He puts it in. 2 goals in quick succession. 1 off the faceoff. That one not too long after the faceoff. And that's all she wrote for this game. That's a 3-goal lead with just under 10 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Zegras, honestly, looking good on the 4th line. Panarin's base card looking good as well. Zibanejad no longer feels like the monster that he did when he first came out. Obviously, the power curve and everything like that. But that's going to be all she wrote for this one. Except for this. I had to throw this in there. I beat him to the icing. I dove because I was like, oh yeah, the puck's next to me. I'm just going to dive. It's clearly icing. They wave it off, and I don't know why they waved it off. It was a little bit upsetting, but like, oh god, I can't believe I did that. I had to show that one to you guys. It doesn't make a difference in the outcome, but like you can see my mental state after playing all these games. I was pretty sure with like in one day. I played 10 games in one day, so I was like, I'm done. It's over. It was 5-2. I did the dive, and I can't believe that happened to me. I clearly beat him to the puck. EA's got to figure out their icing, but we do win, and we get to 5-3-2. We just need to win 2 more games to get to 7, which will get us 3 collectibles. We already have 2, and we can do an ultimate choice pack this Wednesday, which is what I plan on doing. But we are going to make Team of the Year McDavid in the next one, guys, so make sure to stay tuned for that one. Here, as you can see, it's like this is the 31-13 in shots. It's pretty one-way traffic. Kind of gave them 2 goals, but hey, you know what? They stuck with it. Proud of them. They're going to lose some rank points, but they're going to play somebody a little bit worse next time. But that's all the time I have for this one, guys. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.
It's a free for all, free for all.